Hello everybody, this is John Behn coming to you from sunny Utah. I've decided to talk to you today about a musical by the name of Kinky Boots. If I were to tell you that I was overwhelmed by the title, I would be lying. Kinky Boots did not lead me to consider even watching it. But considering the fact that it had some interesting history, not the least of which was the fact that the music was written by Cyndi Lauper and the book was written by Harvey Feinstein, who has written a number of hits, I decided to take the plunge and watch it. Not having the ability to watch a live stage production, I opted out for the HD video production, which actually happened to be the London production of Kinky Boots. I have to tell you that as soon as I started watching, I was captivated by this musical. It is, in my estimation, a titillating, toe-tapping testimony of friendship, faith, and fidelity. It's based upon a BBC documentary concerning an actual family-owned shoe factory that was going under. And in order to save themselves, the owners engineered a new product line of divine footwear for men. There was a movie made about it from the documentary, and from that sprang the musical. It starts with a young man whose dreams are to move to London, away from the small town of Northampton, where his father's shoe factory exists. He wanted to get away from the shoe industry completely and start his own life with his fiancée, played by Cordelia Farnworth. The young man's name is Charlie Price, and he's played by Killian Donnelly, who played the lead in the London stage. Now, Charlie ends up begrudgingly having to take over his father's failing shoe factory at the death of his father. Now, if that sounds familiar to you, you're probably remembering It's a Wonderful Life. But, however, Charlie finds himself in the unenviable position of having to somehow save this factory because they've just had a huge order of shoes returned from the main company that buys its shoes, and they have no future orders going out for a year. So he reaches out to a friend of his who happens to be a marketer, a discount marketer of shoes, who begrudgingly says that he'll take on the shoes. Coming back from that meeting, he runs into an irreverently audacious drag queen by the name of Lola, played brilliantly by Matt Henry, who had played the original role in the London production. Lola happens to be backed by 8 of the most amazing group of beautiful dancing and singing drag queens I've ever seen, who are called her angels. Now, I don't know about you, but most men find it extremely difficult to walk in 5-foot stiletto heels. These group of 8 drag queens, including Lola, who makes the 9th, strut and dance in these stiletto heels in an amazing way. However, Charlie returns to his factory, recognizing he has to lay off most of the workers who he has known for years because he grew up in the factory. One of his workers suggests to him that he might be better off re-engineering his product line rather than firing all of these workers. Interestingly, he remembers a conversation with Lola, this drag queen, who complained about immensely expensive boots that she wears, but were cheaply made. The light bulb went on, and Charlie had a new direction. He went out and approached Lola to come on board with his company and design a whole new line of amazingly outlandish kinky boots for a niche group of buyers. Unfortunately, Charlie gets caught up into the details of preparing this product line for a global exhibition in Italy, forgetting all that his workers have done to help him. He becomes extremely irritable, fighting with his workers, blaming them for not doing it fast enough and correctly enough that he can make a name for himself in Italy. His workers end up walking off the plant. He has an argument with Lola where he accuses her of not being a real man, even because she's a drag queen. Insulted, she leaves, and he faces total ruin. Therein lies the tale, because these group of workers and Lola, showing the true agape of Christ-like love and understanding, come back to the workforce to help him get ready for his Italy exhibition. Lola ends up arriving in Italy to finish with a grand finale with all of the characters dancing in thigh-high kinky boots. I have to warn you, if you don't want to be entertained, don't watch this show. But Kinky Boots is well worth your time. Certainly, it was the individuals who are responsible for the Tony Awards thought so, because out of 12 or 13 nominations, they won 6. They won Best Musical, Best Original Score by Cyndi Lauper, who, by the way, was the first woman to ever win alone in this category. Best Actor in a Musical, Best Sound Design of a Musical, Best Choreography, who was, by the way, Jerry Mitchell. And this show also won the 2014 Grammy Award for the Best Orchestration. So, my advice to you is, if you find the time, go out and take the opportunity to see Kinky Boots. You won't be sorry that you did. So this is John Behn with his version of the most kinky boot he has in his wardrobe, suggesting that you always keep your shiny side on the outside. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.